These are phrases used in daily English conversations.
Right.
Okay, expressions to use in asking someone to say something again.
Right. If I'm asking you to repeat something,
Something,
so
yes.
right, instead of asking you to, would you please repeat that? What are the other ways in which I can ask you to please repeat it?
Yes. But
Yeah,
these are some, I mean, manners. Huh?
that's true. That's true.
They also
Right.
show manners. How
Correct. Correct. That's true. Right.
how is our
Yeah.
behavior, and people, English people, they give more importance to this kind of dialogues.
Manners.
Huh?
Yeah, that's
Manners.
true. Yeah, manners.
If we
Only
don't,
we tend to say things like, would you please repeat that? I didn't catch that, etc. Those kinds of things.
huh?
So but they have a specific. There is a specific way in which you have to ask.
Yes.
Yeah, there is a specific way how you have to ask that. Yeah,
If we don't say thank you, also they feel very unhappy. They feel very
that's
annoyed.
yeah.
They feel very annoyed.
Right, 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 right. Thank you is also, we call them as courtesy. Courtesy. Courtesy
Courtesy.
means like being nice, being polite, being
Mm.
polite. Right. So even if you're going to a shop, also when you're buying something, right, we don't have a habit of doing those kinds of things, because I think there is a saying that in the case of, in India, what we usually do is that we consider everyone to be a very close friend or relative like that.
Yeah.
So among us, there is no sorry, no thank you like that. But when you go to other countries, what happens is that you have to be more polite towards strangers. They have that particular rule. So that is why sorry, thank you, please, and all these kinds of words, they said that they go a long way, meaning what? They will leave a lasting impression on the other person.
Lasting impression.
Lasting impression. It says lasting impression. Lasting impression means what? It will have an impression on the other person, a
Yeah,
better impression.
better.
That's why. Yeah.
The other day, I watched a video where a journalist on the street, a journalist on the street, he asked a old man. I think it happened in London.
Okay.
So a journalist asked a old man, what is your demand?
Okay.
That old man is in his 70s. Huh?
Mm-hmm.
So at this age, what is your demand from what do you want from youth, huh?
Mm-hmm.
What is your suggestion or message, or what do you want from the present generation?
Yeah.
So for that, he told him, that old man told to this journalist, we are we want respect.
You want
We
respect.
want
Yeah.
respect from the youth to you nowadays. Youth not respecting old people. Huh?
Yeah.
That is what my observation. He told it to that journalist.
Yeah.
So
That's true. That's true. And so
even
that is,
even in the in a shop also, in a supermarket or somewhere, whenever a youth, whenever a young person or young woman,
hmm.
if they dash, if they dash them, no, I mean, if they by mistake, if they touch them,
Yeah.
if they push them in the queue also, these youth, these people, young people, whenever they push old people in the queue,
Yeah. Yeah.
they are not saying sorry. Hmm?
Sorry. Yeah.
Not only sorry, even they are making unnecessary comments also,
Yeah. That's true.
by saying like, why are you still hesitating? Why are you not moving? Like that. Even though they are old people, they are taking some time to move. Hmm? So
Mm-hmm.
if they are not moving properly in the queue,
Yeah.
these same people, they are talking recklessly and commenting
Commenting. Yeah. That's
old people,
true.
because they are not moving properly. They are not.
Correct. 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 That's true. That's true. Actually, a lot of it stems from like, it's passed down also from generation to generation also. Like, for example, I'll tell you one thing. When there is somebody in front of us, if you
Yeah,
want that person to step aside, in as per the like English, this thing, people always say excuse, right?
excuse.
Excuse me, excuse me.
Yeah,
There is no equivalent to that when it comes to our regional language, right? No, no, nothing, right? We usually say, I think in regional language, I'm not sure how it is in your mother tongue. And I think in mother tongue, my mother tongue, people always say, just please step aside. I'm in a hurry, please step aside. That's it. I haven't felt that there is any equivalent for excuse me,
Yes, yes. In
right?
Telugu,
There is
in
no,
Telugu also there is no such
nothing,
kind.
right? Nothing, yeah.
Uh,
Excuse me is a polite way of saying that, I want to pass through. Right, it's a polite way, but there is nothing there, right? And in our regional language, right, now we have started using excuse me in our case, but that also is something that the present generation has started using. But if you look at the previous generation, there was no other word for excuse me,
yes.
right? There was nothing
No,
that was excuse me.
one expression is don't think otherwise. Don't think otherwise.
Don't think otherwise.
That
Okay.
whenever they want to interrupt
Okay.
in my language, Telugu language,
Okay.
they say like ఏమి అనుకోవద్దు. ఏమి అనుకోవద్దు means don't think otherwise.
Okay. So where do we use it? How do you use it?
ఏమి అనుకోవద్దు. నాకు టైం లేదు. ఐ డోంట్ హ్యావ్ టైం. ఏమి
Okay.
అనుకోవద్దు. ఐ డోంట్ హ్యావ్ టైం. డోంట్ థింక్ అదర్వైజ్.
Oh, okay. Don't think bad of me. Is it that what? That's what you're saying?
Don't think bad of me, or
Okay, okay, okay,
can you
okay.
because I don't have time,
Yeah.
uh,
Okay.
so
I,
I am interrupting you.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, okay, okay. Don't, right? Don't think otherwise means don't think of me as negative or don't think bad of me like that,
Bad
right?
of
So
me.
I'm in a hurry. Yeah. Okay, got it,
And,
got it.
uh,
I don't think there is an equivalent to that in English also.
uh,
We all right. So in native language also they say that there is nothing like that, right? I apologize. I'm in a hurry. That's it. Right. Don't think bad of me is a very, I think, very Indian, right?
uh,
Indian, this thing, right?
Indian.
Yeah, Indianized version of saying, like I'm in a hurry, right? So don't think bad of me like that. Yeah, that's
క్షమించగలరు.
an Indian.
There
Yeah.
is one క్షమించగలరు. In Telugu,
Okay.
క్షమించగలరు means sorry. I know.
Yeah, yeah, that's true. That's true. Sorry, sorry, right?
Okay.
That's true. Yeah. Sorry, right? So sorry is, I think, something that you usually say when you are, again, when you have done something wrong, right? But when it comes to native language, I think sorry, you tend to use sorry a lot. Sorry is, I think, one of the most commonly used words. Okay, so when you want to get someone's attention, also you say sorry. Sorry, would you please help me out? That is also something that the people tend to use, right? In certain countries, instead of using excuse me, would you please help me out, they say tend to grab attention by saying, so sorry, would you please help me out,
I mean,
like that.
if we made a big mistake,
Yeah,
generally we use this క్షమించగలరు.
yeah, yeah, right. So
Telugu, that
sorry.
means
Yeah,
so sorry, I did a great mistake,
right, right,
or
right.
big mistake, something like that.
Make mistake. Yeah, I apologize. You can say that also,
Yes.
right? I apologize. I apologize for my mistake. I humbly I apologize. All these things you can say.
Okay, this one is
Yeah,
pardon is, if you want to listen it again, or
yeah.
if you want to show something again, so that we say pardon.
Yeah, in the sense like if you have said something, I haven't heard what you said properly, so I will say pardon. It's a question.
Yeah.
It's a
Pardon.
question. Pardon, like that.
Pardon. It
When
is
you
a
say pardon, you don't have to say anything else. Pardon, would you please repeat that? No need for that. Simply say pardon.
pardon. Yeah.
Okay, pardon, but it's a British expression. It's a British phrase. It's an English, right? It's not even an American phrase. It's a British, right? English. Actually, there's a difference, right? Though they say English is something that is fixed for Britain, and American is something that is fixed for the states, like
American
that.
fixed for the
US,
US.
United States, right? They call it right US states, the
Uh,
United States,
yeah.
right? So English is something for England. That's why.
Yes.
So this is only used in England, right? Pardon.
Even literally also England means English land.
English land. Yeah, that's true. English land.
So I am sorry, I did not hear. I am
Yeah,
sorry, I did not catch what you said.
yeah,
Yeah, this one is
right.
also
Right, right. I'm sorry I didn't catch that. That's a very common expression nowadays. People are saying, right? I'm sorry I didn't catch that. Right.
would you repeat that you what you said means,
Yeah,
or could you
correct, correct,
repeat
correct.
what you said?
Right, 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 right. Would you please repeat that again?
Formally, these are formal.
These are formal, right? Would you please repeat that again? I didn't catch that. Would you please repeat that again?
I am
It's a
sorry,
very
what?
common. Yeah.
I'm sorry, what did you say? Yeah.
Yeah. That makes it slightly, what we can say, not that polite also.
What was that?
Right.
What was that?
Yeah. What did you say? What was that? Etc. Okay. And then
What,
informal, we have like, what was that again? Right?
what was that?
You said something, I didn't catch it. What was that again? Like that.
What was that?
And very informal would be just simply making sounds like, what, like that, all those things. That would be very informal.
So, out of all these, what is your favorite one?
I usually tend to say things like, I'm sorry, I didn't catch that. Or
I
I
didn't.
didn't, yeah, I didn't catch that is, I think, something that I tend to use the most. It's a matter of what you use the most. I tend to use, I didn't catch that the most. But I always fix it with, I'm sorry, I didn't catch that.
I'm sorry, I didn't
Right,
catch it.
yeah. Right, I'm sorry, I didn't catch that. Would you please repeat it again? Something. But that would be like going even further. Would you please repeat it again like that?
Yeah. Yes.
Right. Even some would say that I'm afraid I didn't hear you or I didn't listen to you like that.
So, this expressions to use in checking, you have understood.
Yeah,
Yeah,
right. To check whether I have understood what you have mentioned. That's
I,
it.
okay, okay. Already we have understood something, but
Yeah,
we are again confirming it.
confirming if we have understood the right thing or not. So the
So,
first one is so. So means what? Like you're checking. So what you are telling me is that this so and so is going to happen. Okay. So you
does
have
that
told me something. Yeah, you have told me something. I want to confirm. So what you're telling me is that most probably there might be a lockdown starting from next year.
even when we don't hear fully when we
Hmm.
don't hear fully and off-heard
I've heard. Yeah.
after whenever there is a mistake from our side also,
Yeah.
we don't listen it properly also,
Hmm.
then we can take help of these sentences.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Right.
These
To make
questions
sure. Yeah, to
to
make
make
sure.
sure.
Right. So when you have said something I haven't understood, I can simply say, so, okay, fine. So what you're trying to tell me is that there is going to be a lockdown from most probably from the right from next year,
I'm
like
not
that.
sure. I'm not sure. I understand. Does that mean? Yeah. So here
Yeah.
we are agreeing that we are not understanding.
Yeah. Right. Does that mean like you have said something? I'm trying to make sure whether I have understood it in the right way or not. Okay.
Okay.
Does that mean we are going to? So you have said something like, for example, the number of COVID cases are rising in India.
Yeah.
Okay, they are right there, right. The number of COVID cases are rising exponentially, meaning what? At a very alarming rate, they are increasing. So I will ask simply, does that mean we are going to have a lockdown like that?
Yeah.
Right?
This
You haven't said it. You haven't said it, but I'm trying to come to that matter. So that's why I'm saying, does that mean?
these are very good. Linking expressions or linking
Yeah.
questions also. Huh?
Correct. 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 Correct.
They will help us to continue our conversations smoothly.
Right, that's why, right? These are phrases that you can use in your conversation, especially when you feel that you're getting stuck. When you're
Uh,
getting stuck, right? Trying to find the words, and when we are, let's say, for example, just struggling with words, and there is a gap where we will be going like that, right? Our mind will be completely blank. You can
yes.
fill in that blank with a lot of these kinds of things.
Particularly in my case, these are very helpful
Yeah,
because
right, right, right.
I am every time I am facing this problem.
Yeah.
Not I am not a good listener.
Oh, okay,
I
okay,
guess
okay, okay,
I'm
okay.
not a good listener.
Right.
I'm always talking uh, in my head something.
Mm.
I think something about future thing also.
Okay, okay, okay,
So
okay.
right now, whenever I am talking to you, whenever I am talking to you, also I am looking at the time. So again, we have 20-25 minutes time.
Mm.
So before 10 minutes before I have to complete it.
Yeah.
Or whether my son has not, whether my son is
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
not
yeah. That's
not
true.
yet
That's true.
not yet prepared or not.
Yeah.
Something like that. Always some other.
Other things will be,
Uh,
yeah, right. That's true. That's true. We'll be preoccupied with a lot of other things. Our mind will be preoccupied with lots of other things also. So that is what we could say, like losing the track of thought.
I'm losing the track of it.
Right, that's it, right? Losing the track of thought, right? Our mind starts wandering. That's why we say that mind starts wandering. Yeah.
Is it a problem with you, or you are
Well, I think I have because when I right
my
when we yeah,
my observation is, I think there is no such kind of
I
with
haven't
you.
faced that particular kind of issue.
Uh,
So what happens is that because I have been in this field, that when since I've been taking classes a lot, I tend to do multitasking at the same time.
yeah, yes, yes, that I
Right, I
observed.
can do multitasking at the same time, right? I am comfortable with the words, right? I don't have to think a lot when it comes to this thing, right? When it comes to saying, I know what I'm right, so I can do that multitasking. So
Yes,
that is something. Yeah.
yeah, you are. Whenever I say a mistake, you are
Yeah,
in the next minute also you are picking it.
yeah, that's true,
I
that's true.
observed it.
Yeah,
But
that's true. So
in the case of
yeah,
Cambly people, Cambly people,
yeah,
they are not picking mistakes.
correct. So when it comes to Cambly, they are not, their aim isn't to teach, their aim is to interact,
Correct.
just to interact, right? And you to work out things like your accent and those kinds of things.
Yes.
So if your accent is very thick accent that they are not able to understand, then they will try to rectify what are the this is like, I'm not able to understand, and so on. So that is to check where you stand when it comes to interacting with the native speakers. That's it. So that is the thing about Cambly. Cambly, I don't feel when it comes to learning grammar, it's that good of an app. I mean, like this thing, but it's a very good app when it comes to interacting with the native speakers.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. I'm not sure, right? How, like, there are different tutors on Cambly, right? So they all, like, they do different methods of teaching. That's it. That's it.
So expressions to use in saying something another way.
Yeah.
I mean,
Right.
to use in
Hmm.
saying something another way.
In
Okay.
another way, like for example, in other words, like this is a very common thing, right? So I can say that
Oh,
the number of,
this is from our perspective.
from our perspective only.
Uh,
Yeah, you
uh,
only are saying that in other words, what I'm trying to say is so
uh,
and so.
yeah, yeah. So,
Yeah,
okay.
like that.
But trying to explain some more from our side. Huh?
Yeah, that's it. Trying to give right, additional information, trying to give additional information, but giving a different perspective. That's it. Number of COVID cases are spiking. In other words, what I'm trying to say is that you have to be cautious.
Yeah, yes.
Yeah, like that.
You are using this one. What I am trying to say is,
Yeah, what I'm trying to say, that's a very common. Try to use that in your day-to-day conversation also. Again, something that you can fill, right? Use as a filler, as we call it.
yes, yes.
Sequencing, right?
In other
Yeah,
words,
in other words, what I'm trying to say, etc.
in other words.
Right? In other words, what
If
I'm
I
trying to say. Yeah,
if I
those
want to
kinds of
say in
things.
another word, in other words,
Yeah, in other words. In other words, right? What I'm trying to say. These are all good, what we call as fillers, sequencers, etc.
yes, that
Which you can use to link when you are finding, like when you're stuck between what to find, what to say. In that case, you can use this. In other words, there is going to be, right. So I can say the number of COVID cases are increasing. In other words, most, right, next week or next to next week, there might be uh, some sort of statewide lockdown or something like that. That's
this
it.
one. Okay, these are all.
Hmm. Yeah, these are all like different things which you can use in your that sequencing.
How shall I put it? Yes, how shall I put
Yeah.
it? Sometimes no, but in my case,
Hmm.
uh, this kind of expression. How shall I put it? It is very
Yeah.
useful for me. Uh,
Correct. How shall I put it? There's
but
one more. What
what
I'm trying to say.
what can I say?
What can I say? What can I say is when you're trying to give a what can I say is when you're trying to give a negative news.
Yeah,
But when you're trying to say something in another way, you can say what I'm trying to say is
yeah.
that so and so will happen. That's it.
What
Okay,
I
what I'm trying to say, meaning the
what
point that I'm trying to make.
what I can say here.
No,
What
what I
I
can say, yeah, what I can say is a negative this thing. It gives the impression that you're trying to, what can I say means like when you don't have an answer, right? What can I
oh,
say, right?
what can I say?
Yeah, what can I say means I don't have an answer. What do you want me to say? It's simply as saying, what do you want me to say?
What will you want?
Right. Yeah.
There
Somebody is
is
asking you, please answer me. So you can say, what can I say? I'm speechless. I don't have anything to say. I don't have any words. Then you can say, what can I say?
so the next one is expressions to use in checking someone has understood you.
Yeah, you have to check if the other person has understood you. Right. So do you
What,
know what I mean? Did you get what I mean? Like that. Those kinds of things, right? Are you understanding? So I tend to use this a lot in when because in my profession, right, when it comes to teaching, I tend to use this a lot,
yeah,
especially the third one. I hope that's clear. Do
yeah,
I
I hope.
make myself clear?
Uh,
I also use a lot of, like, for example, right. I always have a habit of uh, this thing, right, saying right to make sure if the other person has understood. And
yeah,
it has reached such a stage that I tend to use this particular expression clear and right even in my daily conversation also.
uh,
So
okay.
even when I'm not only when I'm teaching, but when I'm like conversing with people right outside the class also.
Uh,
Even when I'm on a phone call also, I tend to use this right,
uh,
clear, etc. So that is what you can say the
ah,
negative side of it.
I hope that is clear. Huh?
Yeah, I hope that is clear. Or simply clear. I just have a habit of saying, is it clear or clear like that?
Clear.
Or
Yes,
right. I just tend to use right a
yes,
lot of
yes,
times.
yes.
Yeah, okay. So
Uh, because
yeah,
you are
like
in
that.
this teaching profession, it is
And
very important for you.
correct, that's absolutely right. So tend to use it a lot. And even when I'm normal conversation is going on, or when I'm on phone call with my friends, etc. So, but I don't realize it that I'm doing it. So it's something that is happening subconsciously without my knowledge, it's happening.
My
So that's
teacher,
why.
long back when I was in college,
Hmm.
my teacher, his regular phrase is "got the point." Have you
Yeah.
just
Did you
got the
right? Got the point.
got
Yeah.
the point? That's all.
I think each teacher has their own, we call it as a catchphrase,
Yes.
right? We call it as a catchphrase. They have a favorite to this thing.
Yeah.
Okay. Am I making myself clear? Do I make myself clear? I hope you are able to understand like that, right? Did you get right? Did you catch it? Did you right? Like all those sort of things.
And also,
So
are you following me? Are you following
yeah,
me?
are you following me? Are you with me?
Are you with me? Yes.
Are you with me, right? Right, I hope everyone is with me. I
Uh,
have very like I have a when it comes to my personal opinion is that it's a very difficult expression to use, right? Are you with me? I have
one
never been able to use it.
one more teacher is statistics teacher.
Yeah,
He has this habit of saying I think till this point I am clear. Till this point,
yeah, till this point I'm clear. Yeah, yeah,
whenever he is writing problems,
yeah.
problems and solutions.
Right.
One by
Yeah,
one, step by step, he writes solutions
correct,
on the
correct
board.
solutions. Yeah.
So whenever he wanted to wipe out all the matter on the board,
Hmm.
I think
Hmm.
everyone is clear till this point.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I
So
also have a habit of some people also have especially me. I also have a habit of asking any doubts at the end
uh,
of each and every sentence.
any doubts?
Right. If you,
Any doubt is a big dialogue also in our by
oh,
Telugu film industry. This NTR is
okay.
I think his mother is from Kerala. I think.
Yeah, correct.
NTR, junior NTR.
Junior NTI. Yeah,
He Junior NTR has a famous dialogue in one of
yeah.
his hit films.
Okay.
Any doubt?
Any doubts?
After saying a big dialogue,
Yeah,
at the end of the dialogue,
yeah.
he has
Any
this
doubt?
any doubt, and
Yeah.
there is a big question mark, and he
Okay.
says it with too much intensity.
Okay.
He says it before a I mean
Catchphrase. Yeah, catchphrase.
he says it before a villain.
That's true. That's true. We have a like an actor in right in Malayalam film industry. His name is Suresh Gopi,
Let's go. Yeah,
and
I
yeah,
like him very
he
much.
right action. He's basically an action
Super
person, right?
action
Action
hero.
hero. Yeah. He also has a famous catchphrase which he repeats in all movies, almost all movies, and that is right. I forgot it. Just remember that.
Just remember that.
Just remember that, right? So he has said a huge dialogue, and he wants the person, right, and right to end it. He will say, "Just remember that," like that.
Yes.
He usually plays something like a cop or a
Cow.
police officer, or an IAS officer, IPS officer, something like that.
Yes.
And then he will just say, "Just remember that." He will point a finger at the person and say, "Just remember that."
Yes. Yes. He has good. He has good ease.
Yeah,
Like Mummuti,
right.
Mohanlal. He
Yeah,
has also good ease.
correct,
I,
correct, correct.
I
That's
think
true.
he has also good following. He has also good following among
True.
both Malayalam and
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Telugu people also.
Uh,
Most of his films dubbed into Telugu.
Telugu, yeah. He's known to play like in most movies, he will play something like a police officer or an
Yes.
IPS officer or like that.
Yes.
That's all.
Okay. Shall we stop here?
Yeah, sure, sir.
So
Fine.
I think we finished up to expressions to use in checking someone has understood.
Right, right, right,
Yes.
right. Yeah.
Uh,
Okay.
has understood. I nearly
Fine,
got.
fine, fine. Yes, sir. So we'll think we'll catch up in the next session then.
Thank you.
Yeah. Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.